What does pride mean to me? Pride means many different things. It's inclusion, equality, and understanding. It's acceptance. My name is Lisa Klein, and I'm a cisgendered straight female who also happens to be an LGBTQ ally. I was an ally before I even knew what that was. I remember hearing the word gay tossed around as an insult in elementary school and asking my parents what it meant. When they told me, I didn't understand why it was an insult when there was nothing wrong with being gay. In high school, several of my friends were accused of being gay, and again, I thought, so what if they were? It wasn't until college when I met the first person who was LGBTQ and out. Once again, it didn't matter to me. I rented an apartment with four other people one summer where I was the only straight person. To me, being LGBTQ was just part of who my friends were, like having brown eyes as part of me. I still had not heard the term ally, but I knew I was one in my heart. As I got older, I heard about the Stonewall riots in passing, but didn't know the history behind them or why they were so monumental. It was actually while watching RuPaul that I heard about the riots again. I was curious to learn more, so I looked it up and read about the events in 1969 that shaped the LGBTQ movement. I was shocked and saddened to read how the community was treated just because they were trying to be themselves. It made no sense to me. It all hit home when my oldest child, Jack, came out to us at age 12. They knew about my friends in college and were still afraid to come out to me. Once they told me, and I said, okay, I love you, they asked if I was mad at them, which broke my heart. How can I be mad at my child for expressing who they truly are? I was already an ally at heart, but Jack's coming out made me publicly acknowledge it. If my child was brave enough to let the world know who they were at such a young age, then I would let the world know how proud I was of them. Several years later, just before their 17th birthday, Jack came out to us as non-binary. This required a longer family sit-down as we didn't fully understand what it meant. Jack did a great job at explaining what was in their heart to all of us, including both their brothers, and we immediately set about trying to remember the new pronouns of they, them. We even contacted the New Jersey registrar to have Jack's birth certificate changed to reflect their gender of non-binary. Once we received the updated birth certificate, I called the Mount Olive board office and asked about updating Jack's gender officially on their school records. Seeing the joy on Jack's face the first time they saw Gender X on Real Time made me happy beyond words. Jack's teachers started using they, them pronouns and using the name Jack instead of Jackie. What may seem like a little thing meant the world to us as it showed acceptance and inclusion. As you all know, Mount Olive High School recently had their senior prom. Jack was thrilled to be able to go with their longtime girlfriend and knew they'd be accepted as a couple. They didn't have to hide or pretend to be just friends. They were no different from any other couple going to prom. They got their hair and makeup done. We had a photo session with the two of them and another one with the group of friends they went with. They were able to enjoy prom like every other couple in high school is able to. It's because of the struggles the LGBTQ community had that my child was able to enjoy prom. It's because of these struggles that my child can walk down the street holding their girlfriend's hand. It's because of those struggles that my child can eventually marry whoever they want. It's because of the struggles of those who came before. They were bullied, they were injured or worse, they were treated as less than, simply because they didn't love who society told them to, identify as society told them to, or dress how society told them to. Those brave people who fought for their freedoms on June 28, 1969, and those who marched in the first Pride March the following year, paved the way for generations to come. I visited the Stonewall Inn and stood where the rioters stood. The history in that spot near Christopher Street was felt everywhere. It was an extremely moving moment for me, knowing what happened there, so my child could be treated with equality and with the respect that every human being deserves. So what if my child uses different pronouns or likes someone who's the same gender they were assigned at birth? Jack is a sweet, kind, caring, wonderful person full of empathy and love. They treat people with respect and dignity. Isn't that what matters? It does to me. So what does pride mean to me? It means this.